Welcome, my dear, welcome. It's so good to have you back amongst the living. Well, of a nature. How did country life treat you, darling? You look a touch brighter in the cheeks. Oh, well, either way, I'm glad to have you back. It's been duller than usual here in the city. Artemisia has gotten herself a fling with some rebel across the oceans, and I haven't seen her in months. And Quartergast, well, he's going through another quarter-century crisis or something. It's good to have fresh blood back in the mix. How many years has it been since you've come to my last blood, wine, and chocolate tasting? Much too long then. Come on now. I've been so courteous as to welcome you myself. I shan't wait another moment for you to try the absolutely divine selection we have in store. Beg your pardon? What's the theme? Wait, did you not read my card again, darling? You're the worst. I'd pay you to pay attention, but it'd be a waste of money. This time, we've gotten our hands on mythical creatures. I know, I swore I'd never try something on the wilder side, and look at me now. But really, darling, you've never truly sampled the finer things in life until you've tasted a taste of Cabernet Sauvignon with the unicorn blood. Oh, stop with that look, darling. You've got to keep up with the trends in the city, elsewise it gets even more duller than what it already is. Now, take my arm. I shan't let anyone spirit you away from me this evening. No, at least for your first night back, I'll have you all to myself. There's that charming smile. Oh, stop it. You'll make me blush. Come along then, yes. The place hasn't changed too much, has it? Still as breathtaking as when I first murdered the Grand Duchess. Truly, it was lost on her. Such a shut-in. Now this place sees entourages each full moon. And I'm so glad you could find time in your busy schedule to attend. Ah, here we are. The Great Hall was made for this sort of event. Look up. See how I've restrung the chandeliers? They bring out the color in your eyes. Sorry, I'm such a romantic. Now, let's stop at our first table for a sampling. Oh, you've noticed the stuffed lamia. Don't worry, darling, it's only imitation. Real lamia are far, far too rare to kill just to stuff and hang on a mantle. But that is how you'll note what table carries what blood. Just look overhead. A cute little addition, isn't it? Our own sweet Dahlia thought of that. Dahlia? Yes, I have tea with her every Thursday. Such a dear. Still laments over being turned. But I'm sure once a few more centuries pass, she'll get over it. Now, as you know, or not, lamia blood is on the silky side. So we've paired it with dark, semi-sweet chocolate and a lovely Merlot. Yeah, try a glass. Look, if you're going to be so shut off about trying something new, you shouldn't have come at all. Now pick up your glass and let the servants pour. Good. And let it breathe, darling. You're not a country bumpkin. There. And now sip. And then just take a bit of the Merlot. You see? Impressive, isn't it? Do you taste the emotion of Rudalnia? I know. So enrapturing and bold. As if you've been caught as its quarry. I thought I'd get you beyond your doubts with that one. Oh, not completely. Well, fine. To the next table then, and don't forget to take your palate cleansing potion. It will do you no good if you're tasting a zoo on your tongue. The next table we'll be trying is fairly uncommon, unique to say the least. That's right. Pixies. It's a rather interesting turn of events, you see. Last season, Lady Barlow wore pixies in her cage hair dome, and it became all the rage of court. Soon everyone was wearing them, and the population in the city just, well, it ran wild. And then pixies went out of fashion, and, well, those pixies had to go somewhere. Now we can enjoy their crisp, fruity tone with Sauvignon Blanc and orange zest white chocolate. You see, it's far from what you taste in human blood. These little creatures bring out the acidic nature in the wine. Feel how it plays on your sense of purpose. How it teases you into temptation and bravado. That's just the whole undercurrent of the event, darling. Not just sampling for the flavor that forms in your mouth, but the feeling that enraptures your entire being. Like that one, did you? Well, I shan't keep you from another glass, but wouldn't you like to get to the next table? Don't you give that pout. I promise I'll make it worth your while. This brings back such memories of hunting in the wilds for sport, coming across the occasional passerby with a sweet, sweet treat that was. Do you remember how they'd scream? And speaking of screams, plenty of souls have fallen prey to the beast we'll be sampling next. What sort of evening of enchanting creatures would I be hosting if I didn't allow my guests to enjoy dragon's blood? Oh, that face was worth the entire evening. Yes, I even got a hold of dragon's blood. It took many, many attempts, many servants. But, alas, I finally caught myself a specimen. You'll have to be careful with this one though, my dear. Dragon's blood can sweep you off your feet. There's nothing quite like it. Full-bodied and velvety. Just a hint of lust and melancholy, like an old lover who's never truly forgotten you. Dare you try it? I knew you couldn't pass up such an exquisite opportunity. Always the venturesome spirit, just like I recall. Now, you'll want a Zinfandel with this one, matched with some, darker chocolate. Perhaps something infused with, cherry, yes. That will do rather nicely. Now, take this one slowly, love. We'll have to give you a break after to allow your senses to clear. Even with the potion, dragon's blood just doesn't want to let you go. And you see? Absolutely intoxicating. Steady there. Steady. Nibble on your chocolate. There we are. Now, why don't we both go and have a seat, hmm? I'm sure you're enjoying that caramel finish. Only the finest for you, darling. Oh, and did I mention I'm already working towards the next tasting? Yes, absolutely. You see, I've heard from certain sources that there are 2 specimens on the run that I'd kill to get my hands on. Whatever could they be? A taste of Etheria itself. Angels, darling.